Welcome back everybody to the Johnny Guitar channel, and welcome back to the second era of Tamriel. And we are here with Return the Bard. He is hanging outside of Solitude here in western Skyrim, and he is on shore leave. He is normally the Bard aboard the Dead Man's Dread, which is docked here in Solitude, and so, while he's been here on shore leave, he's been solving a little bit of a mystery with his old pal Lyris Titanborn. So today we're going to go find some abandoned lodge and figure out something to do with smugglers. Oh. Let's check out our combat abilities. Okay, sweet. Ah, crap. Okay. Okay, we're doing great. We're doing great, you guys. Ah. Okay, old Return the Bard here kind of knows what he's doing a little bit. Okay, cool. So yeah, there have been Western and Eastern Skyrim are kind of in a bit of a Civil War stalemate situation. And with neither side really giving, but the Reachmen seem to be smuggling things in and out of Solitude. And Return the Bard has... going to have to help solve that problem. In addition to that, he's been working for the Bard's College, trying to help get some missing magical instruments. He's already returned a loot called the Petra Loot. So yeah, lots of adventures happening here in Skyrim with Return the Bard. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Okay, are we close by? Let's go into sneak mode. Let's start being a little sneakier, because I feel... So Return, of course, is not a very powerful bard, or magician, or thief. He's kind of just, not great at any of these things, but that's okay, because he is incredibly charming and cunning and fun to have around. So he's doing pretty good here in Skyrim. Okay, what? Ah, okay. Sweet, I think we're meeting up with Lyris Titanborn here.
A smuggler? I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you here.
Pentarch Zaros, preparations are complete. My Breton brother, we are ready to begin the ritual. Send the latest shipment to Kilkreath Temple. Sister Ambrit will put everything to good use. You have done well. Await my next command. R. Okay, we got a bit of a mystery going on here. Always check the bookshelves, because you never know when there will be a skill book. So some of these books here in Elder Scrolls Online, which is what we are playing, I don't know how canonical they are. Probably not canonical at all. Okay, looks like, alright, let's go find Lyris Titanborn.
over here, partner. All I found were these Reachmen stalking the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Ice Reach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find the lodge? Kilkreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Ice Reach Coven target a local Daedra cult? Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilkreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means, but don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner. Good luck.
Stop! A disaster has befallen Kilkreath Temple. Don't be alarmed. I mean you no harm. But there are Harrow fiends swarming around Kilkreath Temple who do. Head back to safety before they find you. I'm sorry, but you're too late. An unnatural storm struck the temple and now the entire area is overrun by vampires and Harrow fiends. Harrow fiends are feral vampires, a byproduct of the unnatural Harrowstorm. As for me, I am Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. I came here on the trail of remains stolen from a mass grave in Bankurai. They were shipped to Solitude in ancient urns. Yes, I've run into the Coven as well. The urns and the stolen remains play a part in a ritual to summon the storms. If you're willing, I could use your assistance. I need to finish my investigation of the site to see what else I can learn. I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Harrow fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, I'm not that confident in my combat prowess. House Ravenwatch is one of the noble houses of Rivenspire. Our liege, Count Verandus, has dedicated us to the cause of peaceful coexistence between mortals and those of the vampiric persuasion. That often makes us defenders of Tamriel. True, but I've seen evidence of a vampiric connection. At the very least, the material they transported from Bankurai included the remains of ancient vampires. They were part of an army that was defeated in the First Era, the Grey Host. An army that consisted of vampires and werewolves, led by King Styriek and Verkarth. They were eventually defeated by the garrison at Bankurai in High Rock. It all happened a very long time ago, but such remains radiate with arcane power. Look! A priest of Meridia! Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple. An alchemical residue. That should prove useful. It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting. can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken. These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Harrowstorm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them. I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing residue. It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual. One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple. Strange. They're alive, but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items. Did you find anything of interest in the crate? I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart. Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights. These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them. I'll need to perform more tests. But from what we've seen, I believe the storm affects mortals in 3 distinct ways. It kills them, transforms them into harrow fiends, or leaves them mindless. I suppose I'd say it harrowed those poor pilgrims. I want to learn more about the ritual, and how it produces the Harrowstorms. And I need to confirm my theories about the storm's effects. I'll start by examining the residue from the witch pike to identify the components used to power the ritual. My alchemical equipment. It's extremely fragile, so I left it in my pack. I hid it among a copse of trees once I saw all the vampires and harrowfiends. Once I retrieve it, I can find a place to begin my analysis.
That's close enough, Leech.
Wait! I'm not part of the coven!
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you. House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too. I spotted a coven witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her. On the cliff overlooking the temple. Calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first. No offense, Fen. Come on. If we're lucky, the witch is still up there.
Perhaps I could question the witch before you introduce her to your impressive axe blade? hoped you could take her prisoner. No matter. I found something. This way?
Go with your vampire friend. I'm gonna look around here.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter. They exploded. I can sense traces of magicka clinging to the shards that match the energy used in the storm ritual. These other fragments, though. All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the Harrowstorms. But I'm not sure what was inside the larger vessels. Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger. Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I analyze the witchpike residue, an answer will suggest itself. Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. The temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby, but out of the way where I can set up my equipment and work undisturbed. I'll send word when I have something to report. I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolin's a dying breed among the Nords, a practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the Coven's ritual, it's her. Western Skyrim consists of 3 holds: Hafengar, Hjalmarch, and Carthald. Morthal is the capital of Hjalmarch. It's located southeast of Solitude, along the River Hjal. Old Mjolin lives in the marshlands nearby. Mjolin's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here. At least one who doesn't want to feed our eyes to a harpy.
So, what did your vampire friend discover?
All right, everybody. This is actually becoming quite interesting. The Harrowstorms, the vampires, the smugglers of the Reach, the fact that Skyrim is on the edge of civil war. This whole episode is, or I guess the plot for the Skyrim DLC on Elder Scrolls Online is pretty good. Fenorian thinks the Harrowstorms create the Harrow Fiends and the Harrowed.
Reach witches summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's
Yeah.
horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondel, but it's yours now. Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kilkreath Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with High King Svargrim. The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Svargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful, arrogant, and hard-headed. Even with the Queen's help, there's no guarantee. I'd like to knock down the palace door, grab him by the throat, and shake him until he listens. That would probably start a war, though, and Yoren specifically asked me to avoid that. For now, let's bring our evidence to Queen Gerhild. If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude. Hey, you and Fenorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes as much sense as anything. As to why, I have no idea. This connection to vampires, though, that's troubling. We should keep Fen away until we get into Svargrim's good graces. A clever woman? Out here? Nords are extremely distrustful of magic, especially Nords from Western Skyrim. I'm surprised the people of Morthal tolerate her presence. If anyone can help Fen figure out the Coven's ritual, though, it would be her. Our priority remains getting an audience with High King Svargrim. We need to convince him that the Ice Reach Coven is a threat to his kingdom, and get him to help us stop them. Let's return to Solitude and present our findings to the Queen. Clever men and women are Nords with an aptitude for magic. though most use the term to refer to practitioners of the old ways. They're rare. Not the usual adepts found at the Mages Guild. Distrust of magic runs deep in Skyrim, especially out here. Could be that the elves our ancestors fought soured our taste for magic. Or maybe there weren't enough skalds singing about wizards going to Sovngarde. Might be that Nords just prefer their natural talents. Either way, magic isn't popular here.
All right, well that was a little weird. Okay, great. Well, this horse is really slow. Okay, well we've got a couple things we're gonna need to work on. It seems like the plot is thickening, and we're gonna be heading back to Solitude. But it sounds like we're gonna be exploring a lot of different sections of Skyrim, and I'm really excited about that because if you have watched the Johnny Guitar channel, everybody, you will know that I really enjoy Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And the opportunity to be playing here in Skyrim, a mere, well, I think it's actually a long time. I think it's like 800 years, maybe more, maybe 1,000 years before the events of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I will figure out the exact math on that and get back to you in the next episode, but I really enjoy seeing Skyrim as it is, well before the time of the Dragonborn, second Dragonborn, last Dragonborn. What? Crystal back. None of this. Okay, just keep moving. Just keep moving. Yeah, this horse is garbage. I really shouldn't have traded out my old horse. So for those of you who don't know, on Elder Scrolls Online, you can go to stables, and every day you can make your horse a little faster with a little more stamina, but you can only get a little bit each day, meaning that your horse, if you're not visiting the stables every day, your horse is going to be slow as shit. Okay, everybody, in the next episode we're going to be heading to the Blue Palace. We're going to try to talk to the Queen and King and warn them that there is a conspiracy afoot. Thank you so much for watching the Johnny Guitar channel, and we will see you next time we play Elder Scrolls Online: Return the Bard.